Hello guys, welcome to Slayter notes, like share and everything. So we today is like a child first stated examination, of course. So this is the paper one of March 1, that is re-exam happened. We already did paper one of February 7 and 8, and this is March 1. This is the last of paper one. So let's continue. Question number 1. Given below are two statements, one marked with assertion and the other as reason. Read the statement and choose the correct option. Assertion: at any age, the teacher should focus on what the child cannot do rather than what they can do with help or support. That is not correct, of course. Lev Vygotsky proposed that learning should include only those behavior that child can do independently. That is also not correct. So when both are not correct, so we don't really have to do assertion or reason with it when both A and R are false. Question number 2. Which of the following statement about gifted children is correct? Gifted children have superior academic, social as well as emotional skills. Not particularly. Gifted children excel in all areas of academics as well as in extracurricular activities. Maybe, maybe not. Gifted children have high degree of mental ability in specific domain of knowledge. That is correct. Gifted children come up with novel and original solution to given problems. Of course, that is also correct. So sometimes when there is two or three correct options, you have to do one that is more closer to the question. So you have to go with 3. Gifted children have a high degree of mental ability in specific domain of knowledge. Question number 3. At which level of Kohlberg moral reasoning, children typically do not fully understand rules set down by others and society? Post operational level, pre-conventional, conventional, or pre-operational? At which level moral children typically do not understand rules? Alright, that has to be pre-conventional. Question number 4. What should be the purpose of assessment? To analyze student response, to find out what they know and understand. Sure. To identify gap in knowledge. That is more correct. To identify effect in learning, of course. To assign comparative marks, not really assign. So 1, 2, 3 is the answer. Which question has 1, 2, 3? 3. So the answer has to be 3. 3, 1, 2, 3. Question number 5. According to Lev Vygotsky theory, what is meant by the term scaffolding? A source material that aids in better recall of concept? Not really. A measurement tool used to assess students' cognitive development? Nope. A metaphorical term for which students are left to learn on their own? Not really. A strategy in which more knowledgeable person provides support and guidance to help a less knowledgeable person learn a new skill or concept? That is correct. So answer is a strategy in which a more knowledgeable other person provides support and guidance to help a less knowledgeable person learn a new skill or concept. Question number 6. Which of the following factors contribute to growth and development during early childhood? Cultural practice, of course. Nutrition, of course. Play opportunities, obviously. Quality of education. So both, all four are factors that help in growth and development during early childhood. So which one is 1? All 4 1. Answer has to be 1 1. Question number 7. Children demonstrate when they add the new dash, when they add the new schema for recognizing horses to their other system for identifying animals. That has to be accommodation, right? Yes, the answer is accommodation. Question number 8. Lev Vygotsky theory has been criticized for considering prominence of emotional factor informing motivation for learning. Not really. Emphasizing biological influence in the process. Not really. Giving importance to student instead of teacher. Not really. Overlooking the rules of genetics. That is the answer. And biology in course of learning. Overlooking the rules of genetic and biology in the course of learning. Question number 9. Growth of the body and brain, sensory capabilities and motor skills are part of course, that is physical development, not sensory motor development or cognitive development or social development. That has to be physical development. Yes, that is physical development. Question number 10. The process of problem solving are hindered by use of algorithms? Not really. Functional fixedness is the problem, I think. Yes. Hinder is, that is a negative word. So functional fixedness is a negative word. Question number 11. Given below are two statements, one marked as assertion and the other as reason. Read the statement and choose the correct option. Assertion: self-regulation and impulse control should be a vital component of school curriculum. Self-regulation, alright, true, correct. Socio-economic skill helps students to regulate their own learning. Yes, that is also true, because yes, and both are true and R is the correct explanation. of A. Question number 12. Which of the following age group corresponds to middle childhood? That has to be 6 to 11, right? 6 to 11, yes. Question number 13. Given below are two statements, one marked as assertion and the other as reason. Read the statement and choose the correct option. Assertion is to ensure assessment for learning teacher made task should be included for providing feedback to support student learning rather than the use of standardized. Obviously, that is true. Standardized tests are more aligned with the assessment of learning rather than assessment for learning. Not really. So the assertion is true, but the reason is false. Yes. Question number 14. Given below are two statements, one marked as assertion and the other reason. Read the statement and choose the correct option. Assertion: children's development is a direct result of unfolding of genetic codes. Childhood is a natural biological stage of development. Not just natural biological stage, it has social and environmental and all other. The answer is both A and R are false, obviously. Question number 15. Given below are two statements, one marked as assertion and the other. So any assertion is teachers should not associate learning with strict discipline because children do not learn effectively in an environment of fear and stress. That is correct. Early childhood is a sensory period for development of learning. Both of them are correct, but one is, I don't think one is related to other. So the answer is both A and are correct, but R is not the correct explanation of A. Yes. Question number 16. Learned patterns of cultural approved masculine and feminine behaviors are, of course, that's wait a second, that's gender rules, I think. Yes, that's gender rules. Question number 17. How should a teacher deal with students who are distracted in her class? Offer material reward for every class that are attended? Not really. Give them severe punishment, not call the parents. Divide the classroom into manageable groups and let them learn cooperate. That is the answer. Yes, divide the. Question number 18. Given below are two statements, one more assertion reason. Children in middle classes often have different expectations from boys and girls. That is correct. Beliefs of sex difference inform stereotypes, which often leads to just two levels, boys and girls. That is also correct. So A and R is true, and R is the correct explanation of A. Alright, question number 19. Given below are two statements, one marked as assertion and other reasoning. Read the statement and choose the correct option. Assertion: inclusion incorporates acceptance of differences and ensuring that all forms of exclusion are removed. That is the main theme of that. And the reason is diversity should be valued rather than overlooking as obstacle. Also true. So assertion and reason are true, and its explanation is also correct. Question number 20. In order to nurture critical thinking skill among students, the teacher should design and deliver activities which demand logical reasoning, analysis. Not at all wrong. Mere retrieval of previous learned facts. Rote rehearsal, that is false. Synthesis and evaluation of information, that is correct. So the 4 and 1 is more correct. So answer is 1 and 4 is in 3. So 3 has to be the answer. Yes, correct. Question number 21. According to Jean Piaget, intelligence is the ability to make changes in schemas, the basic building blocks of learning. Of course, he always talk about schemas. Question number 22. A constructive classroom implies focus on reproduction of knowledge, viewing learning as a passive process, using multiple pedagogical strategies, emphasis on the role of teacher as an instructor. Using multiple pedagogical strategies. Yes, strategies has to be the common goal of constructivist. Dyslexia is a reading disorder, of course. Everyone knows that. Developmental reading disorder. So now 24. Given below are two statements, one marked as assertion and the other as reason. Read the statement outright. Effective teaching involves presenting information to students in an organized manner and provide opportunity for discussion. Correct. Learning is primarily a process of not really. So the one is correct and the R is false. Yes. Question number 25. Which of the following is an effective teaching strategies for children with ADHD, that is attention deficit hyperactivity disorder? No. Scheduling long and non-stop lecture? No. Providing constant? Not really. Giving tasks? No. Using visual aids and hand-on activities? That's more like it. Yes, using visual aids and hands. Question number 26. Early symptoms of cerebral palsy can be identified by long delay in understanding and comprehension, fine motor skill. Actually, it's cerebral palsy, so fine motor and gross motor skill has to be the main thing. So yes, fine motor and gross motor skill. Question number 27. Development of children is not accurately predictable, not a simple unitary process, not disorderly, and it's a unified process, I think, but it has to be, yes, unified process. Question number 28. In Jean Piaget theory, intelligence is about the development of ability to use cultural tools, control over one's basic instincts, control over one basic. It has to be cognitive schemas, but there are more than one correct answer in this. So yes, cognitive schemas it has to be. Question number 29. Which of the following order of presenting the concept favors effective learning? Known to unknown. Known to unknown, there's also work in effective learning. From known to unknown, complex to simple, not really, abstract to context, not iconic to symbolic is more correct answer, but known to unknown is also a thing. Iconic to symbolic, one that is more correct, we have to go with that. Constructive approach of knowledge construction encourage student to rote, not really, interact and collaborate, that is true. Follow singular way of not, follow multiple way of solving a problem, cast of their culture, and that is not really, cast of interact and collaborate with the peers is the correct answer here. Anyway, so we did that in a short time. We did like 3 and 3 left because we did CDP paper 1, paper 2 and paper 3 of February 7th, February 8th and March 1. Now we are left with paper 2 of February 7th, February 8th and March 1. So yes, we are going to do that in the next tomorrow hopefully, and these 3 are not really for purposes of anything. You have to study, you all need to there's for practice. You can just wrap your eyes around it for once or twice just for to get the gist of what's going to come in the September 6th or September 7th exam of Ctet. So yes, there you got for 90 questions. That is helpful for practice. You can check that video out and like and share and subscribe to this channel for upcoming CDP. We are going to do original question answer after these 6 shorts, and SST we are going to do 60, 60, 120 questions, 60, 60 and 60, 180 I think questions. Thank you for watching. Like, share and subscribe to this channel. Slayter notes, study hard and work smart and all those, and subscribe for more of this. Thank you very much. Have a nice day, guys.